Welcome to the Chelsea Flower Show. Now, this is the first event in a series of summer activities that Londoners call The Season. It's the place to be seen and to be part of everything going on. And Brits get back-to-back coverage about the flower show, 17 hours of television on the Beeb during Chelsea Flower Show week. But Americans tend not to know much about it. So I took this quick video to give you a sense of what it's like to go to the show. Let's start with some facts.
So Chelsea is absolutely enormous. Normally come in here, this is all shopping. All these green spaces are show gardens that you can look at to get fantastic ideas. And this enormous space in the middle is a giant tent where all of the nurseries and specialist plant growers are. Shopping, food and drink, show gardens. If you can see this in a day, you've done really well.
The show gardens are the big ticket items that everybody comes to see. Now, believe it or not, everything you're looking at is built on what was a field 3 weeks before. Designers come in, put these gardens up, they're there for a week, they all get moved out. They are to inspire and to take you to magical places, and each designer competes against his or her own brief to be awarded a gold medal. And this is a view of some of the big ones. Everybody's going to look at not only the blockbuster plants and new introductions, but what people have done with their architecture and giving them a sense of ideas for their garden or just to be amazed.
This could be the swimming pool. You could have this kind of scenery around.
But you got to deal with crowds at Chelsea. There are tens of thousands of people there every day, and it's a bit of a crunch. So I have my routine. You can go early. You can go at 3:30 in the afternoon or at 5:30. And you just have to build up a routine of either looking at the big flower gardens, then the smaller ones. Now, the big gardens tend to also create parts of the world. So here is a loch in Yorkshire, complete with a stream from a canal that's been brought in. This one was supposed to evoke the beach in the Basque country with the interesting rock formations there. This one, Japan. Mr. Ishikara comes every year. This is his 12th gold medal in a row. And he does amazing things with moss and waterfalls and twisted trees to bring a piece of Japan to Chelsea every year. There are the moss balls. They're a classic. He does those with every garden he does. This one whisked us off to Africa, and this is also sponsored by a charity. That's another thing that happens a lot at Chelsea, and this is about teaching girls in Africa to garden and grow their own food for more prosperous communities. Now, my favorite part of Chelsea is the Great Marquee. You go inside here to visit nurseries, many with specialist plants. This is the famous David Austin rose stand. These people are absolute experts, so every year I go with a list of questions about problems in my garden or spots that I might be looking for a special plant. You can't buy plants here, but the area, the level of expertise is just amazing. You also tend to have countries coming and just putting on displays to show off what grows on their islands. In this case, this is Trinidad and Tobago. Here's a specialist hosta grower. I'm a huge fan of hosta, so I'm always looking for new varieties and things that I don't have in my garden that I just must buy at the next flower show, Hampton Court, which is even bigger and where they actually sell plants. Here's another stand, this one of Japanese maples of every color and variety you can think of. And here's rhododendron with a particularly nice fountain. When you get absolutely exhausted, you can just kick back in a central food court and listen to some music.
Two glasses, 32 pounds. One jug, $29.50.
So clearly, you got to spend your money wisely because you want to save it for shopping. Because there's also an enormous amount of that, from garden equipment to seeds to garden-themed clothing, rugs. If you can imagine it, and it has to do with the garden, they probably sell it at Chelsea. You can even buy major garden sculptures made out of driftwood. Check out the dragon up top. He was only 35,000 pounds. Premium, but a little less expensive, fancy fire and water garden features. Now, we actually went late this year. We were guests on someone who sponsored a garden, so we got to walk up inside of it at twilight and leave as people were drinking cocktails and swanning around the gardens without the crowds. This is the way to do it. Absolutely magic. Sadly, I've been coming to Chelsea for 20 years, and this is the first time I've ever done that.